target speaker. You're not telling them they're awful. You're telling them, I want to give you a challenge. I want to challenge you to apply this to your job. I want to challenge you to include things from your job into your speech. I just gave an evaluation over somebody's communication style. My challenge to her, of all the examples you used of communication style, you never gave us an example of how you would use this at work. I'm challenging you to always apply something from your work to what you're learning in Toastmasters, because that's what you want. Because I asked her ahead of time. I ask all my target speakers, what are your goals outside of Toastmasters? 80% of them answer back, I want to finish this level and get to my next pathway. Outside of Toastmasters. I challenge all of you. Ask your target speakers, what are your goals outside of Toastmasters? It's a very simple question. I guarantee you, if we all use that question more often, I really think we would retain members at a greater pace, at a greater rate than we already do. I know everybody asks, what's your project goal? Really? Is it that important? Come on now. You looked at those evaluation forms. They're 90% the same. Like somebody goes, oh, I don't have the right evaluation form. This is for communication, not for leadership styles. I'm like, what's different? That last question, right? One question out of 9 is different and you want a different piece of paper? Get a grip. Get a grip, Toastmasters. We must look beyond what comes in the textbook, and we have to look at the student. It's never been about content. It's never been about content. It's always been about pulling the best out of people. One of my favorite quotes in education is, a child is not a vessel to be filled, but a lamp to be lit. A child is not a vessel to be filled, but a lamp to be lit. Or a brain, a mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a flame to be fanned. Our job is to fan that flame. Our jobs as general evaluators is to go into a club and inspire them. Our jobs as officers is to go and visit clubs and visit leaders and inspire them to what they can do, what they could do. Not, are you paying attention to the rules? Not, are you pushing DCP points? Oh my gosh, I just had somebody I won't mention, but they came into our club meeting today. They have no idea who we are. And at the end of the club meeting, they said, and everybody, turn in your membership. Toastmasters is so good. It's so important. You must turn in your membership. I'm like, do you know who you're talking to? Do you know who you're talking to? You realize the only person in this room who does not have a DTM is Fursey. Everybody else has 2 or 3 DTMs. There are people in Toastmasters for 40 plus years. Almost every single person in our meeting is not just division director, they were district directors and regional advisors. You don't really need to tell us about membership drive. So we have to read the room and understand to get from here to here for them. How do you get from here to there for that individual person? It's not about the content. It's not about what TI in Colorado tells us. It's about what we tell each other, that we see each other. I see you. I see you. And I care about you. Because remember, it doesn't matter how much you know, right? It really doesn't. They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Yes? Teddy Roosevelt. They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Now, here's where you show off how much you care. And here's where you show off how much you know. Circle the numbers. Remember, 1 through 5. It's not binary. I think a lot of times people think of these things as binary. You got it, you don't got it. They really can't justify why it's a 3. They cannot justify why it's a 3 or why it's a 4. We have to be able to justify why it's a 3 or why it's a 4, and that's what we do on the side. On the side of it, this side here, can you guys see me? Hello. So on this side, you're doing the numbers, and on this side, you're writing in comments. Yes. If you really want to challenge yourself, like Susanna, how long you been in Toastmasters? You've been in Toastmasters a lot, right? A long time?
Yes.
Yeah. How many
More than
years?
10 years.
More than 10, more than 10
More
years.
than 10.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You and I are gonna have dinner. Where do you live, Susanna?
In Malaysia, East Malaysia, Labuan.
Okay. One day I'm gonna get there. We need to have like coffee or something, okay? So here's the thing. If you really want to challenge yourself on this sheet here, don't put anything on this page that you're going to address here. If you really want to challenge yourself. Of course, you can put anything here you want, but if you really want to challenge yourself, then put something different than what you would put here. Challenge yourself. Don't go for low-hanging fruit. This stuff here on page 2, low-hanging fruit. This stuff here, an opportunity for greatness. And if you're not sure what to tell people, look, it's all there. People don't even know there's a page 3. It's all there. And, whoops, if you have people and English is their second language, I get that. I get that. People join Toastmasters like English Corner. I want to get better at my English, but I don't know enough English to give a good evaluation. Well, then cheat. It's all there. It's all there. Yeah? Yeah. It's all there. Use it. Phrase it just like that. So let's take a look at some of this. Let's look at the details. Let's understand how to really get somebody from a 3 to a 4. Let's take a look at gestures because it's easy, because you can all see it. Have you ever wondered what do they really mean by fully integrates physical gestures with content? Fully integrates. By the way, if you don't want to say this, or if you really want to use page 3 more, circle it. You can do it digitally as well as physically. You can circle. This is the word that you're missing. Fully integrates. You're only doing it, you only integrated it in a story. You did not integrate gestures in the rest of your speech, right? That's how you get someone from a 4 to a 5. You're not saying they don't use gestures because you know what they're saying, right? If you say, oh, I want to see more gestures, they're like, I gave you gestures. Yeah, but you used it only in your story. You stopped using gestures in the conclusion. So a 4 to a 5. Circle it. Be very specific. I counted how many times you gestured above the waist or above your elbows. What? Yeah, I counted how many times you gestured above your elbows. What does that matter? It matters a lot because most people tend to gesture right here. I'm going to put this down again. Most people tend to gesture right here. I'm gesturing. No, you're not. You're being a forklift. Right? Beep, 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 beep. I am here to deliver a message. Oh my gosh, if we're going to do that, let's just send a memo. I mean, I'm proud of you for letting go of the lectern. Now get a grip, right? Let's use our hands. We use our hands all the time, but we don't use it when we speak. What are these things? As a speech coach, I know. I'm sitting there telling people, use your hands. They go, how? Seriously, they'll look at me and go, how? Students for 30 years. I go, use your hands to gesture. How? We just go brain dead. We use our hands everywhere except on stage. Will it be disturbing? No, because you don't have to keep them moving like you're juggling. You use your hands appropriately. You sustain them, and you move your hands above your elbow. You put them up here. Raise your elbow. Move your elbow away from your body. Now all of a sudden your gestures are here. Look how much bigger I got on screen just because I moved my elbows out. That's it. All I'm asking you to do is move your elbows away from your torso, and now your gestures are 3 to 4 times the dimension of your body. because this tends to communicate, I'm not confident. When your elbows are down, it tends to communicate, I'm not confident. Now, this goes against the grain because when I first told this to my club in Texas, I was rebuffed. You like that word? Rebuffed. I was never buffed in the first place. How could it be rebuffed? That's like a floor, isn't it? You polish the floor. Okay, no, I was rebuffed. They said, Fursey, we were told you keep your hands down by your side. Yeah. How's that working for you with all your audiences falling asleep on you? So understand that using your hands above your elbow height can be interesting. I'm not saying that you got to climb on a chair like I did at the World Championship. Or I'm not saying you got to lay down on the floor like I did at the World Championship. I'm simply saying move your hands above where we expect to see them. I'm saying that you can use your hands above your head. I'm saying that your head, instead of just being right here, your head can be here. Oh, there you go, Chi. Chi Leong. Way to go, dude. I'm saying you can move your head here. And now I'm engaging my audience. Are you sure about those facts? Come on, you do it all the time. When you're looking at your child, you're like, the dog ate the chocolate? Just asking a question. You sure about that? Dog ate your homework? No internet, huh? Okay. Yeah. The tilting of our head can be so much more engaging. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to bring my friend on. My friend Tom, he's going to come in and do a speech. All right. Now, my friend Tom, he just started in Toastmasters. He just started in Toastmasters and he opened up a restaurant and they told him you need to learn how to speak to your customers. So Tom, you ready? Tom, this is Tom. He's going to give a speech. I want you to pick one of these. You're going to pick either gestures or interest, level of interest, or audience awareness. Pick either gestures or interest or audience awareness. And you're going to tell Tom about this. Okay? So here's Tom. It's a very short speech. He's only going to speak for like a minute or two. That's it. Tom, you ready? All right. Would you all please put your hands together for Tom Morrow? Tom Morrow. Hello? Do I look in the camera? Yeah. Hey, my name's Tom. I just got into Toastmasters. I got into Toastmasters because well, I just opened a restaurant and I called it Elaine's. That's my mother's name. I my mother was always such a good cook. I know this because when I was young, my friends would all come over to my house to eat instead of going home to their houses because my mother's cooking was always so good. And she just passed away last year. But I wanted to honor her. And so I started this restaurant called Elaine's because I wanted her recipes to keep going. So so that's what I do, and now I have to talk to customers, and I'm not. Is that all I got to talk for? Okay, yellow light. Okay, all right. Thank you, Toastmasters. Thank you. Hey, great job, Tom. That was good. That was Tom Morrow. Tom Morrow. You like that name? Come on, Tom Morrow. Sarada's like, man, I thought these jokes would get better as the meeting went on, but it just got worse. All right. Who would like to evaluate Tom Morrow today, not tomorrow?
I'll try a simple one.
Excellent. Who was
Yes,
that?
I'm Sally.
Excellent. Sally, go ahead, Sally. You have just
And
go like 1 minute, okay?
less than one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the analysis part, which means the one that we can see is that Tom is looking around. His eye is looking around. If impose and in confidence when he has this gesture to me. Yeah. And that's what the most significant part I observed from Tom. Yes.
That's excellent.
All right.
Would
That's
you
all.
have any recommendations for Tom? How would you tell Tom to improve?
He can look at the audience. Don't shift his head so much. Look at them in a more steady way. Yeah, that will help.
Fantastic. Great job. Thank you,
Thank you.
Sally. Well done. Well done. Send up some reactions, everyone. Give her some love. Give her some love. Yeah. This. Woo! By the way, as GE, I love giving this piece of advice to the whole club. When you take your online photos, send up a reaction. And when you take the snapshot of reactions. It looks far more energetic, right? No one wants to join a group of people that don't know how to celebrate. So, okay. So I would tell Sally, listen, Sally, I thought as a GE, I'm responding to you as a GE. I think you were very specific about how you talked about looking around and about pausing and confidence. I think that's terrific. I think your analytical skills are spot on. I think when you talked about looking at the audience, I think that was good. I think that's a good recommendation. You could go further and tell Tom, you could tell your target speaker, not only look out at the audience in general, but even look to the left and then the center and then the right. And sometimes that helps somebody build their confidence. Here's another tip. If somebody is scared to look at their audience in the eyes, tell them to look just above their head, just above their head. And it looks like you're looking at their eyes, but you're not, and it's less scary. So, Sally, I would offer you that recommendation that you can now turn around and give to your target speakers. Does that make sense, GEs? Yeah? Does that make sense, general evaluators? These are the kinds of tips that we can give our target evaluators to help them grow. Okay, next, would anyone else like to give an evaluation of Tom Morrow? That's what you say. I knew it. Remember back when I lost the, okay, I know my name is General Evaluator. I have a name too. I'm Nick. Nick of Time. Come on, Leo. Come on, man. I see you wanting to smile. You don't want to give it up. You're like, I'm not smiling. He's just going to come up with more bad names if I smile. All right.
Can I try?
Yes. Who was that?
Belinda.
Belinda. All right. Go for it. Evaluate
Okay.
Tom Morrow.
Now that thank you, Tom Morrow. You did a good job in terms of coming up and do your presentation. And however, I noticed that you are quite nervous because you are not having a sweeping eye contact with everybody, and your hand gesture was not confident. It's showing that you are scared to actually push it up, with more gestures. And at the same time, your eye contact was continuously looking down instead of going up, towards the audience itself. And in terms of your content, it's good, but it can be better when you can expand the horizon of your content. Like, for example, why is it that you want to open the restaurant? Is it because your mom's had a very good stint, a certain particular recipe was so good and whatever? You can elaborate on that itself as well. Thank you.
Woo! Give her a round of applause. Give Belinda some love. A little bit of love. I'm going to give you a heart. Wah! Thank you, Belinda. Okay. So now we're back to Nick of Time, GE. Yeah, I'm GE giving my target evaluator feedback. I'm going to talk about Belinda being very specific. Belinda, I thought you were very specific with Tom. I think that's terrific. I like your use of the word. Oh, by the way, you thanked him at the beginning. You thanked Tom for coming up here. That was good. I appreciate you thanking your target speaker. I think that's the first positive step. And then, because I think gratitude is important. When we're talking about interpersonal relationship, I think gratitude is important, Belinda, and I appreciate that. You use the word however, and this is good because a lot of times we use the word but. And but sounds like, okay, everything is good, 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 but, and pay no attention to anything before the but, right? But however is a nice softer phrase. Yes? However is a nice softer phrase. You did even better later on when you said good, but could be better. So I like your intentionality of choosing certain words that are a little bit more positive for your target speaker. I like your intentionality of choosing certain words. That was nice, Belinda. I want to talk about nervous. You talked about being nervous, the hand gestures, not confident, the eyes looking down. You were very specific. Instead of saying you were scared, you said, I saw your eyes looking down. Good one. You know what? Here's when you have a target speaker that's scared, right? When your target speaker is obviously Tom Moore, he's dying up there, right? He is dying on the vine up there. One thing that you can offer is, hey, for your next speech, because you know they're not going to solve it by their next speech, right, Rachel? They're not going to be ready. They're still not going to be good, Susanna, on the next speech. Tell them, have somebody stand in the back and look at that somebody. If looking at the audience is scary, Sally, then choose somebody from our club and have them stand in the back of the room and practice making eye contact with that person that you feel confident with. Right? Give them something to build on. Does that make sense to everyone? And that's not just for you, Belinda. That's for everyone, right? That's just a tip that we can give people who are just starting out. Belinda, I like your idea about the particular recipe. I think that's a way to extend Tom on where he's going and be very specific. That was nice. Give her a big round of applause. Thank you, Belinda Chew. Gave us something to chew on. I'm sorry, Belinda. Belinda, I know you probably get that your whole life. And you're like, Fursey, way to be a cliche, man. Thanks for being a cliche. I just like to use French words like cliche. I know French, you know. Croissant. I speak French. Coupe de ville. Croissant. You know how long it took me to learn? I learned French as a child in Canada. I could never use that word, Rachel. Croissant. You know, like I would go into a store and I go, "Hi, could I get could I get I'll just have a donut, thank you." Sometimes, sometimes, Sarada, it's hard for people to get it. And you've seen people in your clubs. You've seen people in your clubs and they keep doing the same blessed poor habit. It's the same thing, right, Lucy? It's the same thing. And I think that as evaluators, one of the things that we can offer our club members, not as GE walking into a club, but if you're a club member, you can talk about how you've seen that speaker for many speeches. And maybe this is the best they've ever done. Or maybe this is something that you see a lot and that nobody else really pointed out, but I'd like to point it out. So that you're telling them, listen, I know you get away with it, but you can't. I really think you ought to not bring your script up there. Or I really think you should stop using certain words because they're too informal. Yeah? Or I really think you should stop scratching your head. Something that if it's something that you always continuously see. Today, I gave an evaluation to somebody. I said, hey, man, I'm really proud of you. That's the first time. I've seen many of your speeches and you finally stood up to give your speech. I love it. I saw him. He finally stood up to give his speech online. I was like, yes. So these are the kinds of things that if we are members, we can use that. As a general evaluator, one time I visited a club online, and she mentioned that she's known this guy for like 10 years, but never made reference to the fact that of something that the target speaker had done. And I thought, come on. You've got to be able to know people in your club And I think as GEs, we can give that kind of feedback to our target evaluators so that they can understand, they can make it personal. They can personalize their evaluation. Forget all the fellow Toastmaster. Oh, shut up, sit down, be real. Your target speaker doesn't need you to get up there and be friends, Romans, countrymen. Your target speaker needs you to be a real person and offer real feedback authentically and know that you're there for them, as opposed to friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your evaluation form. Yeah. Questions. I ran way over where I was supposed to be. We're at red.
Hi, Fursey. What if
Yes.
we find that the speaker is like so good, like you yourself, and we are to evaluate you, and we just have no idea how to give areas for improvement? I think that's a challenge I face sometimes with great speakers.
I ask a lot of questions. I wonder how could we ask a question? If you don't know if you don't want to say a statement because it could be wrong, I would ask a question. I noticed that you did this and this. What's the purpose for doing that? And how do you do that? It is difficult. It is difficult to upsell our skill level. And that's why when I do these workshops for evaluation, I think part of my job is to upskill you as speakers, right? Is to give you those tips to help elevate you as an evaluator. Eyeball, eyeball, eyeball. I would say 70 to 80% of what I gave you today, even better speakers don't do. I really think. I could be egotistical. I could be wrong. But I really think that 70 to 80% of what I talked about today, you can say to the best speakers and still sound like you belong. You can go to a world champion and say, I saw this, I saw that. I wondered why your elbows are still down by your rib cage. Or I noticed how you sustained your gesture. You could give that feedback. Is the gesture inclusive or exclusive? Yeah, these are most people aren't going to catch that, but you are. So keep the recording.
Thank you.
For those of you who want to really get good at evaluation and even to be a good speaker, I think you need to evaluate and you need to speak a lot. It's like combing your hair. I know some of you are going, I'm getting hair advice. I'm a bald man. What is this world coming to? What is wrong with this picture? Show me Prince William flipping off the National Guard again. So here's the thing. I've got a group, and some of you are in it. I've got a group online in WhatsApp. It's a group on WhatsApp. It's free. It's free. You can go in there. You can speak every day. You can give evaluations, and you practice your evaluation skills. And that's why I created this group. So go ahead and scan the code. Join the group. We speak. Some people are better than others. Some people are not so good. Some people are still learning English. Some people are excellent at English. They're from a global audience. They're from all over the world. Some people aren't even Toastmasters. These are clients that I've coached before. They are MBA students wanting to get better at their speaking. So this is a place where you can go and polish and practice and practice and practice. They're doing table topics. Most people there are doing table topics. Go ahead, give speeches. We put a prompt into the group. We put 2 prompts every day. Every day we give 2 prompts. You can do 2 speeches. You can do 2 speeches and an evaluation. You could do the speeches over and over and over again if you wanted to. Think about that. When you go do table topics at a club meeting, you think the table topics master would ever allow you to do the speech again? No. They're like, sit down, Belinda, you got your chance. Here, it's like, I encourage you. You do it once and you're like, I want to do it again. Don't erase it. Don't delete it. do it again. Because what I like to do, I like to listen to people's ones that they didn't like. I can get a lot from it. I can tell you why you went wrong based on why you deleted it. And sometimes that feedback is even better than what a perfect model would be. So join the group, practice, will you? Comb your hair every day. Sometimes you got to comb your hair more than once a day, right? It's a particularly windy day. Comb your hair. Use a little product, right? Use a little product up there. Yeah. Polish, work with your hair, work with your speaking, work with your evaluations. You'll get there. Back to you, Rachel Chan.
Thank you so much, Fursey. Of the 4-week training. And I believe that every one of us have benefit and learned a lot of gold nuggets about the evaluation tips from Fursey. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Sorry, my internet is very weak.
Yeah, Rachel, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you and see you clearly. Yes, we can see you. Hi, Rachel.
Okay. Thank you so much. That brings us the end of our second week. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Thank you, Fursey. That brings us to the end of our second week in this 4-week training series. A very big thank you to our coach, Fursey Gotuaco, for conducting today's powerful session on evaluation. And I trust that all of us not only enjoyed the session, but also gain valuable tools to deliver impactful, meaningful feedback. Starting today, let us all be more confident and empowered evaluators, helping each other grow through the power of constructive feedback, especially those tips that were given to us by Fursey. And thank you everyone for your energy and participation. And I look forward to see you all again next session.
Bye, everyone.
okay.
GTM Lucy, would you like to take this opportunity to make the announcement when will be our next training session?
Yes, please. Before that, can we just have a group photo? Everyone switch on your camera and then let's appreciate Fursey for taking time to give us District 87 a training on evaluations. Gatot, is it convenient for you to take the photo for us? Because I'm sharing screen.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
So let's take a picture for Fursey first with the certificate, right?
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Yes. Okay, Fursey, I'm going to count 3, 2, 1. Smile. Great.
All right.
All
And
right, thank you.
okay, the next session will be on the 11th of October, and the topic will be, what's the topic? Can you guess? Our organizing chair, Toastmasters of the day will be Joyce's. Okay, and then that topic will be trainer of trainers. Yeah, trainer of trainers. Yeah, so altogether we have 4 sessions. We had the first session, mentoring of the future of Toastmasters on the 13th of September. Today, evaluations. 11th October, trainer of trainers. And the last session will be the most interesting session. Strengths Finder on the 25th of October. All right, so there is a feedback form in the in the Zoom chat. Can you please take down your attendance and let's practice a few sentences for Fursey because he was asking for feedback the other day. So this time I included one question. Let us apply on evaluating Fursey. Haha, what a scary question. All right. Okay, so that's all. Yeah, take your time. I will open the link for 1 or 2 days or 1 day because tomorrow we will have a session with our past district director, also the current Region 9 advisor, Zilva Boas, tomorrow evening. Okay, so I will use the same link. I'll just change the question. All right. Thank you so much for seeing. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Thank you, Fursey. See you again. Take care, everyone.
Thank you, Fursey. Thank you.
Thank
See
you.
everyone. Take care.
See
Bye-bye.
you guys.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate y'all's patience today. You guys, great. You gave up all your bio breaks and everything.
Take
Thank
a
you.
group photo.
Group photo.
Okay, group photo. Come.
Oh, we forgot about that.
Yes, yes. All right. Is it convenient to switch on? Rona, Danny, Daisuka, Marja, Alan, Fireflies. Whose is it? Yeah, just now who took the video? Can we have the link? Can you like PM me for the link? Because we have members asking they could not make it. All right. Let's give our best pose. I think the gesture will be above our torso, right? Like above our hip, something up. Okay. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. All right. I just nice 25 of us. Thank you all. I'll share it in the group chat. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, bye.
Thank you, sir, Fursey.
Thanks, Fursey.
Thanks, everyone. Take it easy, Chileong.
Thank you so much, Fursey. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Limani.
I'm not driving, don't worry.
Yeah,
I think
you be careful.
the next Toastmasters of the day is Joyce on the 11th. Yeah. So
Oh,
we'll form the committee member and share with us again in 2 weeks' time. All right, cool. Bye.